Good evening, students. We left one thing, approximation method. So far, we have studied 6 postulates of quantum mechanics. The 6 postulates of quantum mechanics the 6 postulates of quantum mechanics is able to solve hydrogen atom that we know, one dimensional, a particle in one dimension to 3 dimension. That also we also find out the solution. Rigid rotator also we find out the solution, and harmonic oscillator that already we already know harmonic oscillator. In all cases we use Schrödinger equation, which is called as the heart of the quantum mechanics, that already we know. So these 6 postulates are able to guide all the processes that already we have to study. But when it comes to the multi-electron system, it is only one particle system. When it comes about multi-electron system, such as helium, this Schrödinger equation cannot be applied here, because in multi-electron system the electron repulsion that takes place. The electron repulsion takes place, this electron will move in this direction after repulsion. So this repulsion can be reflected in Hamiltonian equation. In Hamiltonian equation, if you see a Hamiltonian equation, there is a portion is there, E square by 4 pi epsilon 0 R12, that already you know in physics in plus 2. When the two particles, when they are reflected, this portion you know, this is extinction coefficient 4 pi, that already we know, that is called Gaussian theorem or electrostatic repulsion theory. This is due to this only factor, this Schrödinger equation we cannot apply in order to solve the multi-electron system. So that is why the two other methods are developed. One is perturbation theory, that is approximation method. Another method was developed, approximation method. It is two types. One is perturbation theory, it is also again two types, time dependent, time independent. Another is variation method. Another is variation method. So variation method. So these two methods are developed. These two methods are developed in order to solve the multi-electron system. Perturbation theory and variation method. In perturbation theory, we use the Hamiltonian equations, which is in case of which is called perturbed theory and unperturbed theory. But in variation method, we use a trial function. We use any function which is a trial function. We have to solve using this trial function. That means in variation method, we have to take a trial function. We have to take a trial function. So this predicted wave function with this predicted or trial wave function consists of various adjustable parameters. This function consists of adjustable parameters. Consists of adjustable parameters. Okay, so these fixed variation parameters minimize the energy for trial wave function. What they do, these adjustable parameters, these parameters will minimize the energy of the wave function. Whatever the trial function you take, these adjustable parameters will minimize this wave function, because we know that the system which consists of less energy are more stable. So these adjustable parameters will minimize this energy of the trial function. So this trial wave function and its energy, this trial wave function's energy observed using variation method approximation, and the exact wave function and its energy is calculated. So the variational method using its trial wave function is able to calculate the upper edge energy, upper band energy, which is called as EA. We consider here upper band energy. That means maximum upper band energy. Upper band energy to ground state energy, which is called as E0. This is called ground state energy. Upper band energy to the ground state energy. Then what is the formula? If you take EA, upper band energy, integration, we take trial wave function is phi A. We take phi A asterisk complex conjugate. This is phi A. This is the complex conjugate of this trial wave function. D tau. D tau means we consider dx, dy, dz for 3D. Integration phi A asterisk phi A. Again d tau. It should be greater than or equal to E1. Okay. The important thing is that the trial wave function, whatever you choose, in such a manner that means the choosing of trial wave function is very, very important. Choosing of trial wave function is very, very important. So while calculating the eigenvalue of the complex system using the variation method, when you calculate the eigenvalue of this trial wave function is very important. So the chosen trial wave function can be, this trial wave function can be the linear combination of n independent functions. Any function you take, but n independent functions. That means the trial wave function must be the linear combination, must be a linear combination a n psi, which is called psi a. So this trial wave function is the linear combination of the function psi n. So an is called variational parameter. An is called, this is called adjustable, which is called as the variational parameter, which is called as variational parameter. So the trial wave function chosen, then how to choose this trial wave function? This trial wave function must be chosen in such a manner that it must satisfy the two conditions. That means it must obey the boundary condition. First thing, it must obey the boundary condition. It must obey the boundary condition, and the trial wave function should be normalized. It must obey the boundary condition of the exact wave function. Whatever the exact wave function is there, it must obey the boundary condition. Second thing, it should be normalized. These two things we have to taken into consideration while determining the trial wave function. So first we consider a particle in one-dimensional box. A particle in one-dimensional box. Okay, just like the previous one, we consider here, suppose this is the particle present whose mass is m, potential energy is 0, that means it is always not in stationary part, always in move condition. Vx, potential energy is infinity, very high. In this case also, potential energy is infinity, that we know. From 0 to L, this is the x, each is 0 to L. That means particle always in motion, just like in one-dimensional Schrödinger equation we consider. The potential at the wall and outside the wall is very high, so that the particle cannot go outside. In this case also the particle cannot go outside because potential energy is very high, so it will be reflected. So this is particle in one-dimensional box. Let us consider a trial function. Because the trial function is chosen in such a manner, it must obey the boundary condition of the exact wave function, and it should be normalized. Suppose we consider x, L minus x. This is trial wave function, where x, the boundary condition is 0 to L. From 0 to L, the boundary condition is 0 to L. Phi a, we consider x into L minus x. So in this equation, this is called Hamiltonian equation, H cap. The Hamiltonian equation is minus h square by 8 pi square m d square by dx square. Now we have to put these equations in this EA, which is the upper band energy. Integration wave function asterisk, there is no imaginary value, so whatever is psi a, that is also psi asterisk. If there is imaginary, then we put minus sign, but there is no imaginary, so the psi asterisk is same as phi a, x into L minus x. Then Hamiltonian equation we have to write h square by 8 pi square m d square by ds square again x into L minus x. We do not write d tau because it is one dimension, so I write here only x. In 3 dimension, d tau or dx, dy, dz. Then this is for numerator. Denominator is integration. Phi asterisk is same as phi a because there is no imaginary value. So x into L minus x, again L minus x into x right here. Okay, this is, in this cases we can get this equation. Now we have to solve first numerator then denominator. If you take both cases at a time, the equation becomes more complex, very difficult to solve. So first we take numerator, x integration x L minus x minus h square 8 pi square m. I split this one, that already we know in the studying of the property of the operator. D by dx I take 2 times. Multiply the x, xl minus s square dx. First we take numerator, then we solve other cases. This is constant. We take outside of the integration, minus h square by 8 pi square m. Okay, integration x L minus x d by dx xl minus s square dx. First we have to determine the derivative of this equation. Okay, I write in the next page h square by 8 pi square m minus h square by 8 pi square m integration x L minus x d by dx. I write again the same equation, so very easy for me. So 2d by dx xl minus s square dx, xl minus s square dx. We take derivative of this one, minus h square 8 pi square m integration x L minus x d by dx. Take derivative of this xl, L is constant, dx by dx is equal to 1 minus dx by dx square is 2x. Then dx, again you take second derivative, minus h square 8 pi square m integration x L minus x. Take derivative, L derivative is 0, minus 2x derivative is minus 2, dx by minus 2 constant go outside, dx by x 1, so minus 2 dx. Take minus 2 to this side, minus minus plus 8 pi square m integration I multiply x xl minus s square dx. This 2 will go to this side. Okay, this 2 4 is there, so plus h square by 4 pi square m. Here minus 2 minus plus, that is why it is here plus. Then integration xl minus s square dx. Limit is 0 to L. You put all cases, limit is 0 to L. all cases 0 to L upper limit. Then we have to solve h square by 4 pi square m. I make it bracket integration 0 to L xl dx minus integration 0 to L s square dx. Then h square 4 pi square m. L will constant go outside, so x dx means s square by 2. I make it as colon 0 to L minus x square dx s cube by 3 0 to L this thing. Okay, in first upper limit, then lower limit we have to apply. First upper limit, then lower limit. Then what happen? H square by 4 pi square m. L square by 2. 0 means 0. 0 into L 0 minus L cube by 3. 0 into 0. 0 by 3 0. That means all cases h square 4 pi square m L cube by 2 minus L cube by 3. That means h square 4 pi square m 3L cube minus 2L cube. That means L cube by 6. L cube by 6. This is for numerator. In order to leave complexity, we first solve the numerator. Then we go for denominator. Denominator is integration x L minus x x L minus x dx. This is the 0 to L. Okay, multiply with this one to this. All cases if you multiply, integration 0 to L xl minus s square. Here also xl minus s square dx. Now multiply with this 0 to L xl with s square L square xl with minus sql. This one with this minus sql. This one with this minus minus plus x to the power 4 dx. Now you made the integration 0 to L s square L square dx minus integration, this is sql minus 2 sql minus 2 sql dx plus integration 0 to L x to the power 4 dx 0 to L. Okay, now take L square common. This is constant, so go outside of the s square dx means sq by 3 0 to L minus 2L come outside sq dx. That means x to the power 4 by 4 0 to L plus x4 dx means x to the power 5 by 5 0 to okay. Now substitute L square. Here is L cube by 3, it is 0, it will be 0 by 3, 0, minus 2L, L to the power 4 by 4, plus L to the power 5 by 5. That means 3 into 2, 5 by 3, L into L 5, 2 to cancel, L to the power 5 by 2. Here is L5 by 5 plus. Then what is the LCM? 30. Okay. 30. Here is L5 30. 30 L. Oh. 30 L 10 30 30 10 15 minus 15 plus 536 L 5 16 ରୁ 15 L5 by 30. This is for denominator. Then my energy EA is equal to numerator H square by 4 pi square m L cube by 6 divided by L5 by 30. It will go up. That means H square by 4 pi square m L3 by 6 30 by L5 5. It becomes 2. That means my EA H square by 4 pi square m it रहला 5 by तले रहला L square. L square 5 which is greater than equal to E1. We have to solve. We know that energy of one dimensional box already we calculated in using the Schrödinger equation. N square H square by 8 m A square. Here n is equal to 1. So equation of E1 is equal to 1 by 8 H square by m A square. A is equal to, we take here L, length of the wall is length we consider L. So in place of A I write L square. So equation becomes 1 by 8 is 0.125 H square by m L square. Okay, this is for E1 using the Schrödinger equation. Now my EA is equal to H by ml square. I take outside because both are same. Here H square ml square, remaining is 5 by 4 pi square. Divide करे मोबाइल का कर बोला. Which is equal to EA 0.126 h square by m L square. Now compare this with this. It is slightly greater, 0.001. That means our m is EA is greater than equal to E1. Now whatever the function we choose here, whatever the function we choose here, that was the exact function. Whatever the function we choose here is the exact function. This is how in one-dimensional box we find out using the trial wave function. Okay, if we draw the graph also, trial wave function, this is the x, this is the energy. The function is like this. If this is the true function, the trial function slightly more or less it will cover. This is the trial, this is the exact. Both are almost same. This is for trial, this is for exact. Almost is same. Okay, this is all about the trial wave function variation method, using the how we find out trial wave function. Another one is the problem that you arises the angular wave function. That book, whatever you send me, slightly there is a mistake in that photocopy that you send, that in R.K. Prasad. You will read other two best book is there in quantum mechanics, A. Beijer or S.C. Burma. This is the best book, S.C. Burma, because he is awarded prize Padma Shri in India due to his best lecture. Because you can download from that of the YouTube also, S.C. Burma lecture, you can get it, and he is awarded the best lecture. And he wrote a books in quantum mechanics, and both books is available free. You can in the Google you can put A. Beijer or S.C. Burma quantum mechanics. You can get these books, and very good books, both are books. And S.C. Burma is the best lecturer. That means he is also awarded highest award in India due to his teachership, because he teaches the lessons in such a manner and very neat and clean, so that even if a dull student can identify what he is teaching. Okay, and what is written, because you in that LZ whatever you write, in that the problem you arises, you use our rigid rotator equation. Rigid rotator equation, you know that I take x is equal to r sin theta cos phi. You use this x. Y is equal to r sin theta sin phi. Okay, z is equal to r cos theta. You use these three equations and you find out this value. If you not find out, then we can also derive this equation in front of you, and you will take that mistake is that you write that r square is equal to s square plus y square is written root over it, but it is actually equal to s square y square z square. They left z square. It is a printing mistake. Many Indian books are such type of printing mistake is there. And another is, if you take this one, or sin by cos tan phi, you use y by x. Y by x, that means how you get tan phi, divide y by x. Y is equal to r sin theta sin phi, x is equal to r sin theta cos phi. R sin theta cancel. Sin by cos is equal to tan phi. That is why y by x. When you take phi is equal to tan inverse y by x. Similarly, if you take cos theta is equal to z is equal to r cos theta, so cos theta is equal to z by r, so theta is equal to cos inverse z by r. You use this theta, this phi and this r, okay, and use these three equations and you solve it. How you solve it? Take y by x as u. Okay, suppose I want to find out dou phi, but you consider d phi by dx. Okay, d phi by dx, that one d by dx of tan inverse y by x. Very difficult to do here. You take u is equal to y by x, then it becomes, what is the value it will come? D phi by dx is equal to d by dx of tan inverse u. Okay, then it will not come as dx because variable is u. So you take here u and du you take. So here you can see in place of dx you put du. Whatever the value it will come in place of du you write here. Now it becomes derivative of u, tan inverse u is 1 by 1 plus u square, and you proceed in this way. Tan theta also d theta by dou phi by dou x, d dou phi by dou y also you find out. In this case also d theta by dx, d theta by d phi y, z by r you take p or something else. In this process, if you not do, then I will do it in that class. Okay, I will end here because it is over 37 minutes.